Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to talk about AWS Trust Advisor. Now, it's important that you should understand a little bit about it. A real-time Trust Advisor service that helps you optimize AWS environment by providing you security, cost, performance recommendation. Now, a trusted advisor is going to give you all this kind of real-time recommendations towards how your services which you're using currently. Now, if you understand how it works, it monitors your AWS environment and provides guidance on improving security, including recommendations of enabling multi-factor authentication, security groups, and IAM policies. So it's kind of like a tool which is used as a service. So you can see in this architecture itself, so the trusted advisor here will access all your services and kind of gives you an overall picture of your services and gives you the suggestion for that or recommendation for it. So it is a service, so you just have to go search for trusted advisor. Now this should come in as a service, as you can see over there. So I've already opened it for your convenience. Now, in terms of recommendation, you can see the trusted advisor recommendation is that it is recommending 0 actions for you. It has investigated 0, and it is basically excluded, not included, excluded. I mean, I've not even done any checks. So now you can actually go ahead and download all checks, which will bring down all the checks which is required. Now you can see that upgrade your AWS support plan to get all the trusted advisor check. So currently I'm on the free plan. So currently there is nothing of a check to be done. And to do that, I need to upgrade the plan to a level where there is a trusted advisor. So now this is for trusted advisor. So you can see that the basic plan I'm on, trusted advisor recommendation, only service codes and course security check. But when you go for a developer or kind of a business or enterprise, you kind of have a full set of checks and only service. So that's more or less same for basic and developer over here. So now that I've downloaded all the checks, but when I refresh this checks, let's see if any of this comes up. So currently there's no action. Let's just click on info. I don't see anything over here. So let's just talk about cost performance. Now here, cost performance is one of those recommendations. Now, again, you see that this requires upgrade. So it's not available for us. So what it does is like it checks your using capability of your, cost for your each of the services and advises you based on that. So trusted advisor might recommend you to delete unused idle resources or reserved capacity in case it detects that this not being used effectively. In terms of performance check, again, same thing. It's going to check the performance of your application, like provision throughput, monitor for overutilized EC2 instances, underutilized instances as well. And it's just going to give you that. I think cost optimizer will give you the underutilized resources, and performance will give you the overutilized resources, saying you to increase the memory, CPU, or the hard disk space. In terms of the security over here, so now this is something which is available for us. Now you can see that this is something which is free. So now here, security group, it is coming up with an exception over here. So it is saying like 12 of 27 security group or allows unrestricted access to specific port numbers. So that's a security risk, and it actually gives you that information. So for example, 80, 25, 443, and 465. So this is something which is green, which is okay. And here it's just the red one, which says security group is attached to the resources, provide unrestricted access for ports 20, 21, 22, which is your SSH port number, I guess this one is, and the other port numbers which we have enabled. So it has addressed this, and it has given us the, that this is a red security alert, that this may be a problem. Now it is also giving you the list of regions over here where these port numbers are enabled. Now this is weird. I've never used AP South. Now you can see that it has given me that this particular security group has this 22 open on this one. So this is a security risk over here for me because I've never used this particular region. Now you can see that the other security groups over here, which comes up and it says like you can give 22, but then it wants you to be specific on the IP address. But then it becomes chaotic for me to get the IP address from my system because I'm not using it from an organization. If I'm using from an organization, that would have a specific IP address because I would be joining to the organization using a VPN or something. And then from there, I will be accessing the AWS server. But then I don't do that. So it becomes chaotic for me if I had to give my hard coded IP address every single time. So that's something it's not a great thing for me. Now, again, there are this other things it also checks like EBS, RDS, S3 buckets, MFA, which is multi-factor authentication on root user. So it's there. There are other things which really requires an upgrade over here for you to verify these action items over here. There's a lot of checks it does. And in terms of fault tolerance, again, I don't think that it's available for us. So you kind of have that there. Now, there are the service limits over here, like auto scaling, launch configuration. We're not done any auto scaling. We're not done any DynamoDB over here. So this is all checking your service limits. So like whether you are reaching the quota, which is assigned for it. Now, quota is basically a specific amount of threshold you would be assigning for each of the services. By default, it is 80%. So are you using more than that? So that is, it is checking. And one thing is out of it is Lambda code store usage. So that's kind of not included in our plan. In terms of operational excellence, so this checks sees to recommendation to improve the operational readiness of your AWS resources. So that basically gives you that these are some of the resources. Again, it's not part of our particular plan. All right, so this is pretty much your trusted advisor over here. Now you can see that we have enabled the trusted advisor. You can also configure notification over here using, I think it's using SNS for notification. So you can add contacts over here, and then basically the recipient will get an alert of any of the trusted advisor. So that's pretty much what I want to cover on this video. Thank you guys for your time and patience. Now you can see that the recommendation has come into picture when we just randomly click on each of this, and you can see there's one recommendation about our security group over here. Thank you again for your patience and time. I will see you on the next video.